Catherine, we heard that—
That's correct.
A designated Yay! A festival! Oh,
The Yashiro Commission and Lady Yae are responsible for all the festival preparations. The one who has
You know Miko! We better go to Grand Narukami Shrine.
Lady Yae is currently at Yae Publishing House.
Oh, well that's convenient enough.
Want me to come along?
Laptop Spec!
Going in!
We go!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
I got you covered! Don't get too close! Cascade!
Wind strike!
Check this out!
Aratani and Kuroda, how are things coming along?
All the books and...
Very good.
We have already received...
Well done. And what about you, Onodera? Ahem. Onodera?
Oh, yes, Lady I. Everything is ready for the new issue release party.
You are the one who organized the plans for this release party. In other words, you are the team's fearless leader now. So please, show some confidence. Besides, there's no need to be nervous. This project is destined for success. I feel quite optimistic about it. I shall specially grant you leave for the next couple of days, Onodera. Please take the opportunity to have a good rest. After all, you will be very busy on the day of the release party.
Yes, Lady I. Thank you very much.
All right then. Is everyone clear about their assignments? Good. We are running out of time, so let's get moving. Chop chop! Hello, little ones. I take it you have received my commission,
Some organizer you are! It's nearly time for the festival and you're still over here ramping things up for your light novel business! Shouldn't you be getting back to the Grand Narukami Shrine? You weren't thinking of dumping all the festival preparations on us, were you? If so, then you can forget it! Paimon won't accept such a commission!
My, such harsh words. It hurts to hear that kind of talk from you two. But as you can clearly see, I'm here working like a dog for the festival. Yet you say I'm not doing my job. Let me ask you, little ones, whoever said that the festival must involve the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Huh? But isn't that a given? This is Inazuma after all.
Yes, that is true. But now that the Sokoku decree has been lifted, Inazuma, therefore, rather than sticking to the same old traditional festival, the Yashiro Commission and I have decided to shake things up a little. This time, we'll be holding an international cultural festival, distinctly Inazuman, but with a unique twist. I suppose I should... Legend has it that there were 5 poets in every year. One of the 5 would present a collection of the group's poems to the shogun for review, which would then spark thanks to them. Inazuma's culture blossomed, and as time passed, people began creating various tales based on the 5 kasen. The Iridori Festival...
Sounds like a festival that's really rooted in culture.
Indeed. To describe it in the words of the ancients, it'd be refined elegance. Unfortunately, which is precisely why I've decided to revive the Iridori Festival, holding a cultural convention featuring light novels.
But, wait a minute! Light novels?
Please stop looking at me with those baffled expressions. In ancient times, poetry was all the rage. But nowadays, the entertainment format of choice, the important thing is not the format, but the creative work itself. It is impossible to come up with an... Speaking of which, don't you think that the concept of focusing on the now... And besides, it's a great opportunity to reintroduce Inazuma to all Teyvat through light novels. As they say, it's 2 birds with 1 stone.
Whoa, that was close. Paimon was nearly... Come on! on, Miko! You can't fool us. We know you by now. This...
I can't deny that my hobbies had no part to play in this. However, well... Come, there we'll meet us...
Enjoy the blessing of Lesser Lord Kusanali. An Asian blessing now 10% off.
Time to go.
During the Iridori Festival, the area around the Outlander Affairs Agency will become the main exhibition space for light novels. Once things are in full swing, not only will there be lots of official and fan-created work on display, there'll also be exclusive giveaways, prizes, and new release parties. This small plaza in front of the International Trade Association will be called the Five Kasen Plaza during the festival, and nearby shops will be selling special light novel merchandise. You certainly won't want to miss out.
Wow. How should Paimon put this? It's definitely not your typical festival, but it sure looks like it'll be quite the party. Miko, what are these blank boards in the center of the plaza?
Yes, those are...
Ah, Lady I did mention that there would be some reliable helpers coming to assist with the festivities. It appears she meant you two. At last we meet again, Traveler and Paimon. Tell me, how are you faring recently?
Oh, it's Ayato! Wow, so even a busy guy like yourself is here to attend the Iridori Festival.
Preparing festivals falls...
We were just about to...
Certainly. This Iridori Therefore, for example, the artist we have invited to paint these portraits hails from the distant land of Mondstadt. The Ashiro Commission will arrange accommodations and food in Inazuma for each of the distinguished guests. However, we fear that staying in a foreign land may feel a little uncomfortable, which is precisely why it would be ideal to have someone familiar with both Inazuma and other nations of Teyvat to serve as a guide for our... I knew you would catch... This arrival schedule includes the details of the ships on which the guests will be arriving.
It's settled during the festival.
This festival requires the full cooperation of the Tri-Commission, and there are still many minor details which require my attention.
All the details we need about the ships are on the timetable that Ayato gave us. Let's take a closer look and be sure to pick up the passengers.
Festivals always attract so many people. If you want to taste Mondstadt...
According to the The artist for the 5 Kasim portraits should be on board. The boat should be arriving soon, so let's head down to the docks.
Now arrived at the exclusive Iridori Festival event venue.
Hello! You must be here to take part in the Iridori Festival. We're the festival guys.
Yes, that's right. We are bards from... Word has it that Inazuma has undergone many changes of late. We hope to find fresh inspiration here.
These guests are all bards, aren't they? Well, strange. He's pretty famous in Mondstadt. Do you think he didn't receive an invitation? Huh? Why's that? Oh, Paimon sees what you're getting at. Even though Venti no longer rules over Mondstadt, he's still an Archon. If he came rushing to Inazuma at the first mention of a festival, not only would it seem a little childish, it would also sort of be shameless of... Mr. Honorary Knight, Paimon! It's Klee! Were you also invited to the Iridori Festival?
No, Albedo's the one who received the invitation. But because everyone in the Knights of Favonius has been really busy these days, Albedo arranged for someone here to issue me a...
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. After hearing that Inazuma was making preparations for the Irodori Festival...
Ha! Paimon knew it! Albedo's the one they've invited to paint the 5 Kasen!
It seems that you already know why I'm here. Just so you're aware, I'll be using my pen name in Inazuma, Calx. Oh, by the way, Do you know where the International Trade Association is? I'll be meeting with the editorial director of the...
Yeah, the International Trade Association is where you'll be staying in Inazuma. We'll be heading there.
Great. Let's get going then.
Wow, it's so beautiful here! So many things I've never seen before.
Slow down, Klee. Please be careful not to bump it. Telling Klee so many stories about Inazuma during the trip was probably not. As a result, she could hardly sleep all the way here. It appears she's even more excited now that we've arrived. Strange. It seems that the editorial director, Mr. Hiroyama, isn't here yet. Well, Mr. Hiroyama was supposed to meet with me and give me some reference materials about the 5 Kasen today. That way, I could better visualize the content for my paintings.
You mean you had no idea what you'd be painting before you arrived in Inazuma?
I only know of the 5 Kasen by name. Because of the sheer age of the tale, very little has been passed down to this day. So Mr. Hiroyama decided to help me collect some more information. I'm the type of painter who can complete a painting quickly as long as I'm inspired. So I agreed on only receiving the details today.
So when do the paintings have to be done by?
According to the festival plans, the portraits will be revealed one at a time throughout the various stages of the Irodori Festival. The first one, depicting Suiko, will...
The day after tomorrow? Then you're already running out of time!
There's no need to panic. When I was working on light novel illustrations, because the manuscripts are shipped by boat, things were always tight and finished at the last minute. Just last month, to ensure the latest book of A Legend of Sword would be finished for the Irodori Festival, I had to complete the final chapter's illustrations I heard that my illustrations were sent to print as soon as they arrived in Inazuma. I still don't know how well they turned out.
Paimon isn't sure if she should feel sympathetic for your working conditions, or...
Of course, I would still prefer to receive any possible reference materials.
Oh, right! The editors of the Yai Publishing House will all be around the out. Who knows? Maybe Mr. Hiroyama's over there, too. We'll take you over there to see...
All right, it's worth a try. Klee, you haven't slept for a while now.
Okie dokie. Don't worry, Albedo. I'll be on my best behavior.
Enjoy the blessing of lesser Lord. Blessing now 10% off.
This can't be happening. The moment we need to contact Onodera is when he's on special leave. Kuroda and I will go back to Inazuma City for an emergency printing run. The demand...
Despite everything, we're still lucky that we found out today. If this had happened a few days later, then we'd really be in boiling water. Hey, do you think that suspicious guy they found in the warehouse...
Well, the editorial director is on his way over there to investigate the situation.
Sorry to interrupt, but let's go...
Oh, hey, Traveler. Don't worry. It's nothing, just...
I'm looking for the editorial director, Mr. Hiroyama. Does anyone know where he is now?
Mr. Hiroyama is currently at...
Oh, hold on a second, Murata. Excuse me, but you must be Calx, the one who was invited to paint the 5 Kasen for the
Yes, that's me.
My name is Kuroda. You must be inquiring about information regarding... I do apologize, but please, make yourself comfortable at the International Trade Association, and I will let Mr. Hiroyama know to send you the materials right away.
Oh, no need. You guys look super busy, so we can go find him ourselves.
Excuse me, but is there something wrong with the latest volume?
Huh? How did you...
Since you were all aware that Mr. Hiroyama needed to send me some supporting materials, that means the editorial director didn't forget about it. Instead, something urgent must... To add to that, despite being aware that I am Calx, you were still unwilling to let me go to Mr. Hiroyama directly. After considering these factors, The only reason you would try to stall me is if something happened to a Legend of Sword, which...
Well, I'm very sorry. The situation is just as you said, Calx. Earlier today, someone spotted a suspicious outlander sneaking around inside the Iridori Festival warehouse down by the docks. So the Tenryou Commission was concerned about potential cargo theft, so they contacted everyone who was renting space in the warehouse.
What?
Shh, not so loud. Not only is this book an eagerly anticipated release in the last phase of the Iridori Festival...
Because of the dire situation?
I see. It would be a great misfortune if a Legend of Sword would not be released if Mr. Hiroyama has gone to the warehouse.
So the author of A Legend of Sword is Jayu. Sounds
Oh, do you know him?
Shincho would definitely be upset if he discovers his books are missing.
Please be mindful of your personal safety at all times.
Huh? It's you! Why are you here?
I'm here on behalf of the Tenryou Commission, of course. Is that surprising?
No, Sarah, Paimon wasn't talking about you! So, Tone Deaf Bard. The suspicious outlander in the warehouse wouldn't happen to be you, would it?
Considering the evidence, it appears that the suspicious outlander is... indeed me.
As I have told you, you are a suspect. Before your allegations of theft and illegal entry as a stowaway are cleared, you are to remain silent. Don't make me say it again. Traveler, Paimon, do you know this self-proclaimed bard from Mondstadt?
Listen, Sarah. Knowing him, it's safe to say that he wasn't behind the theft. But...
Although he claims to be a special guest for the Iridori Festival, he's failed to present his invitation letter. Therefore, we can only suspect, and just a moment ago, we caught him in a dandelion wine crate near the Sailing Breeze. If it would help shed any light on the situation, then please.
Oh, Venti! You didn't really come here illegally, did you?
Ouch! Your words wound me. We've been apart for so long, and the moment we meet again, all I'm greeted with is grilling questions and suspicious... You arrived in Inazuma via similar means, or so I heard. You of all people should be more understanding, don't you think?
Similar means?
I merely jest. Fear not, for the person who sent me the invitation is none other than Kamisato Ayato of Yashiro Commission. It's...
But why weren't you on the same ship as the other bards?
Well, once I received the invitation letter, I couldn't help but want to come to Inazuma a little early. It was then that I happened upon a cargo ship bound for Inazuma transporting Once aboard, I found the captain to be a kindred spirit, and I was treated to an abundance of fine liquor along the way. I must have fallen asleep in the cargo crate, and when I woke up, I found myself in this warehouse with a Tenryou Commission general glaring at me from atop the grate.
Coming from Venti, this story is quite believable. But it still feels a bit...
Excuse me, I'm the owner of the stolen goods from the IA publishing house, and there are some questions. Based on what you just said, it seems you've been in the warehouse for some time now. If that's the case, did you happen to hear anything unusual?
Actually, I did hear some faint footsteps around me a couple of times, but I didn't consider...
But if you clearly heard something, why didn't you feel it was unusual?
Oh.
Huh? What did you notice?
When it comes to burglars, they are generally associated with prying or rummaging through things. What Venti means is that he did not hear anything unusual. As for the sound of footsteps, because this is a warehouse where many goods are coming in and out each day.
I see. But if that's the case, then we're back to square one regarding...
No, not quite. From the facts that have been presented to us, we can draw at least 3 conclusions. First, whoever took the novels is not a spur-of-the-moment burglar. They had their sights on the books from the very beginning. Second, the culprit was very familiar with the warehouse, and I knew you'd catch on, Traveler. One person couldn't possibly transport so many heavy books in such a short window of time. It must have been a team effort. It goes without saying that Venti clearly does not match up with our culprit.
Yes, I agree with your reason. Mr. Hirayama, the Tenryo Commission will continue by investigating the warehouse staff.
Yes, understood. I'll leave it to you then.
I suppose I'm free as a bird then.
Not so fast. Even though we've cleared the theft allegations, we still haven't ascertained whether your arrival in Inazuma was legal or not.
Aw, 'tis a shame. I thought surely after my honest account...
Sara's quite the meticulous one. So, we're...
yes, the invitation letter. I'm...
How? Could you lose...
Don't be mistaken. I was well aware of how important it was. But I didn't bring any luggage with me, and the letter was too big to fit in my pocket. So I kept... Strange. Though I had a little too much to drink, I know that I kept it in a secure place.
If you were holding the invitation in your hand the whole time, then what...
Well, to properly compare the taste of Mondstadt wine and Inazuman sake, I couldn't both hold the invitation and a glass at the same time.
In which case, I believe there's only one place it could be. Have you figured...
Huh? You're way ahead of Paimon. Do you two already know it? Huh? Are you sure? His cape doesn't even have any pockets to put stuff.
Well, people do often claim that capes and the like serve no real purpose other than... Ah, yes! I remember now.
This is indeed an invitation letter issued by the Yashiro Commission. However, starting tonight, I would advise you to... Now, if you'll excuse me...
There goes Sara. All right, let's go talk to Mr. Hirayama about Albedo's reference materials.
Mr. Hirayama, I'm Calx. We had originally arranged to meet today.
Ah, yes, so you are Calx. I'm very sorry that you've arrived in Inazuma only to find such a mess. These are the materials regarding the 5 Kassen. All the information that we could find is compiled here.
Let's see here. Though there were once, but at the very...
So, is the...
To some extent...
I am sorry, though, so all you need to do...
That does sound like...
Thank you, Mr. Hero.
Great. Tomorrow morning, Mr. Whether the stolen books are eventually recovered or not, you have my
Well, seems there's nothing more... Huh? Venti
Traveler, I'll be...
What is it, Venti? A piece of paper?
Indeed. When I didn't think, but on...
Let me see. Sweet...
The story told in...
Seriously?
Yes, I concur. The person who left this paper could but...
All right, look, meeting together and...
Hey! Let's...
No, it's fine.
Wait a minute. What about you...
As I mentioned, if I use a mo...
1 year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
Wow, you really came through, Albedo. You were able to complete the first portrait before the opening ceremony.
Yes, it really is a sight to behold. Not only does it harken to the traditional style of Inazuma, but it also makes use of modern aesthetics. My figure is particularly striking. Even though I'm sound asleep in the portrait, I still appear as glorious as always.
Hey, don't get too full of yourself, Tone Deaf Bard. You were just a model. The person in the artwork isn't actually you. Well, Albedo, who will be your next portrait?
The next one will be Aoi no Okina of the 5 Kasen.
Albedo, might I suggest waiting a little before starting on the next one? Who knows?
Another story?
I believe he's referring to the possibility of finding another paper with tales of the 5 Kasen. According to the reference materials I was given...
Do you think the mysterious person who left the first paper will strike again?
It certainly is a possibility. Also, there are some points regarding the stories of the 5 For example, the reference materials make mention of 5 legendary figures. It appears that throughout all the stories, there is...
Yes, I'm also curious about these stories myself. But who knows? They may merely be akin to the old saying in Mondstadt. So for now, we need but just wait.
The scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a... wanderer. Time to go. Wherever in this world I